About 15 years ago, I started thinking about the environmental issues surrounding our world and where we're going to be headed off to with regard to energy consumption and also the ozone layer and all these other issues which have now become quite a focus to our community. Now, what I started to do back then was I looked at ways in which we could mitigate these potential issues which were looming. And one of the areas that I saw being important was air conditioning. Now, if we could reduce the energy consumption of air conditioning, then we could make a big difference in terms of the amount of pollution or carbon which was sent up into the atmosphere, which of course is causing damage to our ozone layer. And also, if we could get rid of our dirty refrigerants which we've been using for the last long period of time, what are known as F gases, then we could reduce the damage being caused by these F gases to the ozone layer over the North Pole. So I started designing and developing systems to do that. Now, we ended up calling the system the Solakool, and what it does is it takes solar energy and applies it to the refrigerant in a standard condensed vapor system after the refrigerant has come out of the compressor. Now, the end result of this is over 80% saving in energy, and I'll explain to you how that happens. We developed the system which was called our Mark 1, and you'll be able to see slides of the Mark 1 shortly. The Mark 1 system worked quite well but had issues which had to be resolved. And we installed systems all around Australia and in 10 overseas countries, and as a result of that, those installations and all these various sites and all the different issues that we came across in that Mark 1 design, we changed and improved the design to the Mark 2. And then Mark 3, and now we have what we're calling our Mark 4, which is the final epitome of what is the best technology in this area. So it's the Mark 4 that we're talking about today, and I just thought it'd be of use to you to hear just how we came to the Mark 4 through the Mark 1, 2, 3, and then the Mark 4. So what you'll see is that we've brought the solar panel, which is separate in the Mark 1s, 2s and 3s. Now we've improved the efficiency of that panel and we've brought it down into the body of the condenser. Now, the reason we started doing this was we found that installers were having difficulty with the refrigerant pipeline and the connections which are on that pipeline, and we had leaks in the gas from the system as a result of that. So we designed it so now we have the condenser with the solar panel in the body of the condenser, so we don't have the issues with any connections on the system. So now for an installer, it's just like installing a conventional system. At the same time, we were involved in developing a new compressor. I had interest some time ago in a new refrigerant, which is new now, but actually has been around for a long time. It's called R290, and it's a natural refrigerant, unlike the synthetic refrigerants which are generally used in air conditioning systems around the world. So the R290 required a different approach in terms of compressor design, and the World Bank, recognising that something had to be done about the F-gas and the use of F-gases and the damage to the ozone layer, funded the development of a new compressor for R290. Now, we were involved in the development of that compressor, and in fact we've got the systems running here which you'll see pictures of shortly with these new compressors, and these new compressors are standard across our range of systems in the Mark IV design. So, as I said before, we've installed these systems around 10 different countries in the world. We standardise on the R290 refrigerant. We have the new R290 compressors, and of course we use the solar panel. So the solar system, the Solakool solar air conditioning system, saves energy in 3 different ways. Firstly, it saves energy because the compressor only draws half the power that a conventional system would draw. So immediately you've got a 50% saving in energy when the compressor is running. Secondly, with the solar panel, you're saving an additional 59%, as proven with our testing done at the University of Malaya Medical Centre, showing a 59% saving over the standard York system, which is the most common system in Malaysia. A good comparison. Thirdly, we use R290 refrigerant, and our testing in Western Australia at the Academy of Climate Change showed a 29% saving over conventional gas with that. So you combine those 3 savings, the 50%, the 59% and the 29%, and you accumulate over 80% in saving over a conventional air conditioning system. So this is the basis for the Solakool Mark IV design, and this is this design that we want to promote, and we want to now start manufacturing in large quantities, and that is why we're talking to you today.
Hello, my name is John Cox and my family company is 24 Hour Power. I'm very excited to be here today because for 3 years now I've been following the concept of air conditioning that dramatically saves the family power. So if it saves you power, it saves you money and it reduces your power bill. Today my family company has come to an agreement with Ross, the manufacturer, and the designer and engineer. And of course Ross has got all these registered patents that you'll see up in the air there. They're all registered patents, so he's protected his system in the manufacturing of it. And because we've been working with Ross over the last few years, we're now going into a phase of marketing and distribution, and we're going to go into a funding platform so that we can assist Ross in getting the air conditioner manufactured here in Australia. It's an Australian patent, an Australian product by an Australian company. So we're going to go into the funding platform and to get some funds to go into mass production so that we can keep the prices down.